Well, today we're going to play with some polymer clay and we're going to make a cute little fruit bowl for the dolls. Stay tuned and see how fun and easy this project is. Alright, for our fruit bowl we are going to use Sculpey 3 in white. I'm going to try and keep this as basic tools as possible. I got in the mood a couple weeks ago to do some polymer clay work. I posted on the Facebook group and asked people for ideas of things they would like to see made of polymer clay. And got a couple of responses, one being a fruit bowl and some various fruits, specifically banana, but other fruits have been suggested to me privately too. So I decided I'm going to start with a fruit bowl. We've already done an apple on the channel. I don't remember if we've done other fruits or not, but I will go through and I'll make some others. We'll do some others in the next few weeks. But quite frankly, I got burned out on sewing. I had a lot of sewing to do and I simply got burnt out. I need to take a break from sewing. That's why there haven't been any videos for a while, but I want to play with my clay. So I've got this. It's fairly soft. The Sculpey 3 is really soft out of the package. So I'm going to kind of flatten it out. I have 2 just regular craft sticks. This is going to be no pasta machine. We are using just a regular clay roller, and you could use a straight-sided glass jar. I've got some basic clay videos on the channel. If you haven't ever worked with clay before, I suggest you go start with those. I will try to put the link to those posts in the blog post for this. So we're going to roll out nice and flat. And now I have a cutter that's only used for clay. This originally started in the kitchen department of a store as a cookie cutter or a biscuit cutter. And I thought it would be kind of fun to use the scalloped side. And I've got a tool. Now you could use a different tool. This one's just a pointed clay tool. And I'm going to go around and just kind of make them little holes. I just want to add a little decoration to the top of my fruit bowl. This part obviously is very optional. You don't have to do it. And it's not going to be perfect. But I just wanted a little more decorative than a plain circle. I'm going to turn the camera off. I'm going to work my way the rest of the way around and then I'll be right back. Alright, now I'm going to take my clay blade and I'm going to very carefully slide under here to release this from my tray. I'm working on a ceramic tile, my favorite work surface. So if you hear any noises, there's people outside my window talking. I'm not sure why. All right. Oops. Now I have a dish. This is a dish from Dollar Tree. I buy these to use in my craft room all the time. They are so handy. And I'm going to form this over the back of it. So we get a bowl shape without having to have a fancy mold. Now I am going to take my tool and I'm going to, some of these have kind of distorted. And that is not straight. So let's try this again. Let's try putting it, let's try doing it the more correct way. There we go. That's probably more even. That's better. Now, work it down and make sure that it's hugging the glass all the way around. Because if it's not, it will bulge out. Now, we have some more clay. And I have, trying to figure out where on my table I laid my tool. Hold on just a moment. Alright, so I've got my polymer clay. I've rolled it back up in a ball. I've got 2 wooden skewers from the kitchen. And I'm going to roll out a spot here in the middle of my clay that's as thick as these wooden skewers are tall. I'm using those so that I can make my clay nice and flat. That's the purpose of these too, if I didn't mention. That's just so that I have a nice flat surface. This is a 3/4 inch, about 3/4 inch clay cutter. I'm going to use that. I'm going to cut a 3/4 inch about diameter little. This is going to be a foot for our fruit bowl. So I'm going to take some. This is just plain cornstarch on a nice fluffy brush, and I'm going to put this on my tray, on my tile, because I'm going to put the circle of clay in the middle of the bottom of my fruit bowl. Then I'm going to turn this right side up, and I'm going to kind of press down. If you don't put the cornstarch on your tile first, you run the risk of that little foot sticking to the tile instead of to the fruit bowl. And when you pick it up, you might find that you have a fruit bowl here and a little foot there. So now this needs to be baked at 275 for around 10-12 minutes, and when it's baked and cooled, I'll come back and we'll take a look at it. Alright, so this is baked and cooled, and usually all you need to do is just kind of pop it off a little bit and it comes off. I think I had a hair in my clay, but I'm going to put a clear finish on. Excuse how dirty the bottle is. I'm going to use some gloss Mod Podge. Mod Podge is clay safe. Be cautious using gloss, however, because it has a really bad habit of staying sticky if you put very much on. So I want an extremely thin coat of gloss Mod Podge on here. I'm going to start on the outside. I'm not going to do the bottom. I'm going to leave that little foot free of Mod Podge. That way I can turn this over and set it on my tile to dry. And I can get the other side at the same time. And a lot of ceramic, real life ceramic, you wouldn't have the bottom finished. Now, we're going to paint this, and then next week, hopefully I'll get my act together, and next week I'll try to have another clay video for you guys of a fruit to put into our fruit bowl. I'll come back here in just a few minutes. I'm going to finish up the edges off camera, and then I'll come back when this is dry and we can take a look at it with our lone apple in it. Alright, our Mod Podge is now dry, and I think that turned out really cute. I've got an apple that I can put in there, and an orange. I don't think I've got a, I don't remember if I've got a tutorial on the orange. If not, I'll put a tutorial for the orange up in a few weeks. This is the beginning of what I hope will be kind of a mini series of clay videos. I've just been wanting to work with clay for a while. So if you have some fruits that you would like to see me make, let me know in the comments below or over on the Facebook page, or comment on the blog post. If you want to see some photos, I'll try to have photos on the blog for what we did today. And I will talk to you later. Bye.